Daf Yomi, Tractate, Bava, Batra, page 56b. Actually, we were at the mission at the bottom of 56a, so maybe it's good to start the mission again. So at the bottom of 56a, you see the Mishnah there at the last line. Hayu shnayim me'idin oso she'achla shlosh shanim v'nim tzomim mishalmin lo esakol shnayim rishona shnayim rishniya v'shnayim rishlishis. If there were two witnesses testifying on his behalf that he, meaning the possessor of the land, worked and profited from a field for 3 years and therefore has presumptive ownership, and they were found to be conspiring witnesses, as it was proven that they were not present to witness the matter about which they had testified, they must pay the true owner of the field the full value of the field that they attempted through their testimony to remove from his possession. As is written in the Torah, then shall you do to him as he had planned to do to his brother. Kasher Zaman. Deuteronomy 19:19. If two witnesses testify that he worked and profited from the field during the first year, another two testify that he worked and profited from it during the second year, and another two testify that he worked and profited from it during the third year, and all were found to be conspiring witnesses. Now we're in 56b. Meshalshim b'neihem. Payment of the value of the field to the owner is divided among them. Shlosha achim ve'echad mitztaref imahem. Harei elu shalosh eduyos ein edus achas lehazama. If the testimony was given by three brothers, each of whom testify about 1 year, and another unrelated individual joined with each of the brothers as the second witness, these are three distinct testimonies. I thought that brothers can't testify. Relatives can't testify together. Isn't that the case? Anyway, there are three distinct testimonies, and they are accepted by the court if they were to be considered one testimony. It would not be accepted, as brothers may not testify together. Just as I'm asking that. But they are one testimony for the purpose of rendering them as conspiring witnesses. And the payment is divided among them. Okay, Gemara. The Talmud says, the Gemara notes, by Masnisan, the low Rabbi Akiva, the mission is not in accordance with the opinion of Rabbi Akiva. The Tanya, Rabbi Yossi, Kishahalach Abba Halafta, it's Rabbi Yochanan Menuri, Leventoida. It's taught in a Bryce that it's Sefta 210. Rabbi Yossi said when Abba Halafta, Rabbi Yossi's father, went to Rabbi Yochanan ben Nuri to study Torah, some say Rabbi Yochanan ben Nuri ate Abba Halafta living Torah, and some say when Rabbi Yochanan ben Nuri went to Abba Halafta to study, he said to him, what is the halacha if there is one? Okay. Amrlo hareisha achla shana rishona b'pnei shnayim shniya b'pnei shnayim b'pnei shnayim mahu. Amrlo hareisha chazaka. Okay. What is the halacha if there is one who worked and profited from a field in the presence of two witnesses during the first year, then in the presence of the two other witnesses during the second year, and finally in the presence of two other witnesses during the third year? He said to him, this is sufficient for establishing the presumption of ownership. Okay. Amar lo Ani Omer Kain Ella Kishabi Kiva Cholek B'davar Zeh Shehaya Rabbi Kiva Omer Davar V'lo Chati Davar. The latter said to him, I say this as well, but Rabbi Kiva disagrees with regard to this matter, as Rabbi Kiva would say. that since the verse states at the mouth of two witnesses, or at the mouth of three witnesses, such a matter shall be established. Deuteronomy 19:15. One can derive the testimony as accepted only with regard to a complete matter, and not with regard to half a matter. In this Mishnah, although presumptive ownership requires testimony that the property had been worked and profited from for 3 years, testimony is accepted from each pair of witnesses with regard to 1 year. Consequently, the ruling of the Mishnah does not accord with the opinion of Rabbi Akiva. V'Rabbanan, the Gemara asks, and with regard to the rabbis, V'Rabbanan ha'davar. Did I skip Rabbi Akiva's line? I think I said it, yeah. Shahir Rabbi Akiva Omer Davar V'lo Chati Davar. Okay. V'Rabbanan hai Amar V'lo Chati Davar. Okay. My Avdile Ilin Muti Echad Omer Achat Achas Begaba Ve'echad Omer Achas Bekresa Hai Chatzi Davar V'Chatzi Edus Ki. Okay, what are we saying here? The Gemara asks, and with regard to the rabbis who accept the testimony of each of the 3 pairs of witnesses, what do they do with this derivation of a complete matter and not half of a matter? In other words, what type of testimony is qualified based on this derivation if we say that it serves to exclude a case where 2 witnesses testify that a young woman has 2 pubic hairs and has therefore reached maturity, where one says that she has 1 hair on her back, and the other one says that she has hair in her lower abdomen. In other words, they're testifying to 2 different pubic hairs, and in this case, the rabbis say this testimony is not accepted. Since they each testify with regard to only half the matter, that is difficult. But this is both half of a matter and half of a testimony, as there is only 1 witness with regard to each pubic hair. This testimony would not be valid even without the derivation. I think we'll do part 2 next.